Hello, and welcome back to Spittin Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. Today, I'm just going to give a quick update on the NLCS and the ALCS. You've had 4 games played in the NL, and you had 3 games played in the AL. But I'll just go ahead and start talking about those games that have happened so far through Tuesday the 16th, October 16th. So, last Friday, the NLCS got started between the Brewers and the Dodgers. And the Brewers ran away early. It was 1-0. Manny Machado hit a home run in the second. It was 1-0 Dodgers. And then the Brewers scored 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth. And it was 5-1, and they were pouring it on. They hit a home run in the seventh to make it 6-1. And then in the final 2 innings, the Dodgers made it very close. Made it a little bit exciting. They scored 3 in the 8th and 1 in the ninth to make it a 6-5 game. But the Brewers finally shut them down and won the game 6-5 to take a 1-0 lead. And then on Saturday the 13th, you had Game 2 between the Brewers and the Dodgers. And the Brewers jumped up 3-0. They scored 2 in the 5th. They scored 1 in the 6th, and it was 3-0. And then the 7th, the Dodgers scored 2 runs to make it 3-2. And then in the 8th, Justin Turner, he had a 2-run shot to make it 4-3. And that would end up being the final score of that game. And the Dodgers tied the series this past Saturday 4-3. The Astros, that same Saturday, it was Game 1 of the ALCS between the Astros and the Red Sox. Houston jumped out early, 2-0 after 2. The Red Sox tied it in the 5th to make it 2-2. Houston added 1 more in the 6th to make it 3-2. And then in the 9th, put 4 runs on and ended the game, basically, to make it 7-2. And that would be the final score. And Houston opened up a 1-0 lead on the Red Sox to start that series on Saturday. Sunday, you just had the Astros and the Red Sox. Pretty high-scoring game. 7-5 was the final. Boston jumped out 2-0 in the first. Houston tied it in the second. In the third, Boston scored 3 runs. Houston scored 2. So it made the score 5-4 at that point through 3 innings. Had a couple scoreless innings. And then Boston added another to make it 6-4 in the 7th of that game. Added another in the 8th to make it 7-4. And then Houston got one back in the 9th, but it wasn't enough, obviously. And the Red Sox took Game 2 to tie the series 1-1 on Sunday, 7-5. On Monday, you had the Brewers. You had the first game in L.A. between the Brewers and the Dodgers, and it was all Brewers. The Dodgers had 5 hits in the game, but 0 runs scored. Milwaukee scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th. But they never gave up any runs, never had any troubles there. And they won the game 4-0 to make the Milwaukee lead 2-1 this past Monday. And then, of course, last night you had the first game in Houston and the second game in L.A. The first of the games played was the Houston Red Sox and Astros. And it was 2-1 Boston after 1, some scoreless innings, and then Houston tied the game at 2 after 5. In the 6th, Boston added 1 more to make it, to make it 3-2, and then in the 8th inning, the Red Sox busted it wide open. They scored a run, and then Jackie Bradley Jr. he crushed a grand slam to make it 8-2, and that would be the final score. Boston takes the 2-1 lead into tonight. As well, the Brewers and Dodgers. I'll get to that in just a second, but going into tonight. Boston leads the series 2-1 now, and they're now in Houston, obviously. And then last night you had a marathon game between the Brewers and the Dodgers. Milwaukee scored 1 in the in the 5th inning, my bad, to tie that game there. Excuse me. I try not to sneeze on you guys. The Dodgers scored 1 in the first inning. Milwaukee got one, tied the game in the 5th, and then we went 8 innings before we had a run scored. Marathon game. It got to the 13th inning, and the Dodgers finally got a hit and scored Machado from second in the 13th inning to tie the series at 2 overall. Today, the 17th, you've got Game 5, Game 5 and the last game that will be played in LA in this series, starting at 4:05 Central. So starting in the next in about an hour and a half, you've got game 5 between the Brewers and Dodgers in LA. It's between Wade Miley and Clayton Kershaw are the starters, are probable pitchers. I'm pretty sure that's already been decided, though. Obviously, those are the starters for that game. Be interesting to see. The Brewers roughed up Kershaw in Game 1. Be interesting to see if they can do that again, but at Dodger Stadium. Be interesting to see. I think we're looking at a 7-game series there. And then tonight, at 7:39 Central Time on TBS. The Brewers game will be Brewers-Dodgers game will be on FS1, Fox Sports 1, like yesterday. Excuse me. You have the Red Sox, Astros, Game 2 in Houston. The second game in Houston, Game 4 in the series. 7:39 Central, like I said, TBS. The Red Sox, it looks like Rick Porcello is going to be starting for them, and then it's expected that Charlie Morton will be starting for Houston. So it'll be interesting to see. The Red Sox could really take a grasp of the series here if they could get another one. I'm leaning Astros. I think we've got 2 series here that are probably going to go 7 games, it's looking like to me. But we'll see. That's the beauty of it. We get to watch it happen. Get to watch the games played out. So, but yes, each series has a game tonight. Game 5 in the NLCS, Game 4 in the ALCS. But that's all I wanted to talk about. Just cover what's already happened and what's happening today moving forward. Looking forward for the rest of these series before we get to the World Series to see who's playing for it all. But that will be it for this. But if you liked it, give a big thumbs up, leave a like, share the content, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, as well as anything else that I put out there. But this has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. Look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.